Hello, citizens of the Nigerverse. It is Nige here once again, and this is going to be another tier list video. So, today we are doing Wonder Woman, the Amazonian warrior herself, the Amazonian princess, Wonder Woman. So, we got our tires and we got our tiers here. Not gonna lie, finding attires for Wonder Woman was a little bit tricky. I had to go into like the TV show and everything to see some attires there to put for Wonder Woman. But Wonder Woman, one of my first childhood crushes, one of my favorite superheroes. And we got our tiers down here. So, for our S tier, aka our very top tier, we've got Amazonian Warrior, meaning it's a really good attire, really good look, really cool. In A tier, we've got like A tier is supposed to be not quite enough for the top tier, but still really, really good, really, really solid. For B tier, this is our middle ground, not great, not horrible, sort of in the middle. It's good, but not fantastic. C tier is almost bottom of the barrel. One or two things keeping it from the bottom. It's more so like a forgettable look. And then at the bottom, this wonder why it exists. Why does this exist? I have no idea. But without further ado, let's get into it. So we start off with our debut, our original look for Wonder Woman here. Not gonna lie, it looks interesting. You can see like, and here's the thing about Wonder Woman's gear is that it didn't really change too much. Like there's very few drastic changes to it. They kept it pretty consistent for the most part. They stayed mostly consistent, except instead of just the leotard, now it's a whole skirt, and she's got like the breastplates there as well. Oh, she's got the tiara, she's got the boots. This one's not bad. And it will get better over the years, but this one looks okay. But it was a different time, you know. Oh, and usually the first gears usually aren't always going to be the best. But this one I think is okay, so I think I'm going to put her debut one in at least B. So I'm going to put it in B. Not great, but not horrible. Well, I can't harp on it too much because it's like just starting out. Usually when it's just starting out, they're not going to nail it on the first look. Okay, at least not most of the time, but still okay. Next one I want to move on to is 90s. So, very different look from Wonder Woman that we're used to. She's got black biker shorts, this black top here, the blue jacket with the gold and everything. She's got black gloves, black boots, no tiara this time around. And it does make some sense after all the 90s was very edgy. I feel like the 90s definitely was kind of that edgy period for pretty much anything. Comics, TV shows, movies, wrestling, even video games even. In the 90s was kind of that edgy sort of time period. But this one I think is okay for the most part. I could see some people maybe not liking it as much because it's very, very different from the other attire she would wear, but I think 90s I'll also put in B. I think I will also put this in B tier as well. Next up is going to be her Amazonian armor, or one of the looks for the Amazonian armor, I should say. It looks pretty cool. Well, it's definitely, he looks like a warrior's outfit, and she's got the helmet, she's got the gold breastplate and the white skirt. She's got the gold gauntlets and looks like gold gloves as well. She's got the shield here, she's got the boots. Pretty cool look, actually. Yeah, it looks like she's going in ready for battle. So I think, do I want to put an A or B? I think I am going to put it in B. Yeah, I think I will leave it in B. And that's the right. Well, Amazonian armor, I should say. But yeah, I think I will put it in B. I don't know if I want to put it in A, but it still does look kind of cool. Next attire we want to look at is from 1994 Superboy Annual. This was a very brief attire. Not a big fan of this one. I feel like there's a little too much going on. I like how it kind of combines like this with like the traditional attire that she wears, but something about it. Let me go back to it. Something about it is throwing me off a little bit. I do like the knee pads and the boots, and there's some ideas there. But why she have the leotard and the pants? Usually it's one or the other. But do I want to put it in B or C? I might have to go with C for that one. And something about it, I feel like, is kind of throwing me off. I'm not like someone who only wants like the traditional Wonder Woman look and are like go crazy whenever they change up the look, as a lot of people are. But something about it is just throwing me off, I feel like. But maybe that's just me. And remember, these are all my opinions, so if you disagree, that's totally fine. But the next thing I want to look at, next attire I should say, is the Dark Knight Returns. Now this is how it looks in action figure form. This way you can see like the whole attire, how it looks. Definitely an interesting look, I will say. And honestly, I feel like this action figure does it justice because it does look kind of ugly in like the original comic. Of course, the Dark Knight Returns comic, very interesting, kind of gritty art style, but she's got the tiara, and it comes down over the nose, which is interesting. She's got the wraps there, and she's got the golden gauntlets and the black gloves. She's got just that singular breastplate without the extra red. She's got the gold belt. She's got more like biker or like boy shorts, with like the stars and everything. She's got the wraparounds and the sandals. Definitely a very drastic, different look. Well, I shouldn't say too drastic. It's still, you can see like sort of the look that she's known for, but it's definitely he changed up quite a bit. But I don't quite know if I like it. I don't think I like it as much. I feel like it's a bit too different, and it's a bit too like out there. It's definitely a risk, but I think I'm gonna put it in. Yeah, I think I'm gonna put it in C as well. Something about it, similar to the Superboy Annual attire. Something about it is just throwing me off. But next we move on to New 52, and let me actually pull this up a little more so you can properly see it. But I really like this one. She's got the gold part of the breastplate in the leotard is smaller, and now it's got the red and the blue right there, silver instead of gold. Well, then the boots are blue / like black, I think, with the silver going down. And for some reason, I really like this one. This one's really cool. I really dig it. And she has the tiara there. I know it's kind of hard to see, but I think this one I'll put in A, actually. So something about I know the New 52 reception is usually somewhat mixed, but I feel like the attires for the New 52, at least for me, looked really cool. Next up is going to be Rebirth, how she looks in Rebirth. And this one looks really cool as well, going back to sort of the classic style. But now instead of the leotard, there's a leotard and a skirt at the bottom. And it's got the gold, we're back to the gold, and the gold tiara as well, and then the gold with the red boots. It kind of feels like a modernized version of a classic look, as we see with this Wonder Woman here. It feels like it pays homage to that, but also switches it up and makes it more modern. And so Rebirth, I think I'm also going to put in A. Really cool look for Wonder Woman there, in my opinion. Really cool costume. Next up is Mod, or M-O-D. I believe this is when, if I got the lore correct, I believe this is when she spent some time as an undercover agent. But she's got like the dress and everything, and the glasses, and the white. It actually looks pretty cool, and definitely different look, but it makes sense because she's supposed to be undercover, so you're not supposed to know that it's Wonder Woman. But I think I'll put this one in B. It looks pretty good for the most part. Next up is Wonder Girl. This is actually Donna Troy as Wonder Girl, and I like how it kind of looks similar, or again, going back to the classic costume for Wonder Woman here. I probably should have just put her in like the leotard look, but you'll see it later on. But I do like it, and I like the red shirt and the blue shorts and the red down there, the red shoe, who's I think look pretty cool. So I think Wonder Girl I'll also put in B. He looks pretty good for the most part. So Wonder Girl will also go in B. Next up is we move on into like the TV show / movie / like video game attires. This is the old school Wonder Woman TV show. This is a show my mom used to like growing up, and this look is pretty cool. Well, they pretty much almost it looks very similar to how it does in the comics with the tiara. It's got the gold wristbands. It's got the red and the blue, the stars, and that gold part there, and the boots. By today's standards, it does look pretty cheesy, but I do still like it. And sometimes cheesy isn't a bad thing. But staying very true, at least in terms of attire, to the source material, I think is really, really cool. Next up, we're moving on to Super Friends. And this one is also pretty cool. Looks similar to this one, although I think the Super Friends actually came out first, if I'm not mistaken. I could be very wrong about that, but I do like how it looks similar to this, except there's no stripe down, and there's blue wristbands instead of the like gold ones we see here. Not gonna lie, making things simpler. I know why they did it, because the animation back then was a bit more simplistic, but it does kind of take away from it a little bit. But it still looks okay for the most part. So I think Super Friends I will also put in B as well. So I'll put it in B tier. Next up is Justice League. More specifically, the Justice League TV shows was from like the 2000s, I believe 2001. This is a show I watched a lot growing up, and this Wonder Woman attire is really, really cool. Similar to the classic one, she's got the red and the leotard, or the red, golden, and blue, and with the stars, and then she's got the silver wristbands and the red boots with the white stripes going down. And I believe it pretty much looks the same in Justice League Unlimited as well, but still really cool. I think the only thing is like the body proportions are a little weird, but that was kind of just the art style. Well, but I think Justice League I'll also put in B as well. Well, Justice League still a really good looking attire. Next up is going to be Injustice, the first Injustice game. And yeah, the body proportions for the female characters in this game were really, really weird. Like the super large, like everything pretty much. Just like this part and then the back side. And that's kind of how it was also in like Mortal Kombat 9, which makes sense, same studio, Warner Brothers and everything. But the attire stuff does look pretty cool. She's got the gold breastplate there, the red, and she's got the silver and gold wristbands, and she's got the blue pants and the boots as well. So I think Injustice I'll still put in B. Yeah, I'll put in B. It's still really, really cool in my opinion. Next up is Injustice 2. Thankfully, by the time we got to like Injustice 2, a lot of the body proportions got fixed, which is really good. And this attire looks really cool as well. Oh, she's got like the tiara that now wraps around down to like the chin. She's got even more complex like body suit and everything, and pretty much building off of this one. So I think this one looks pretty cool. And you can mix and match different stuff in the Injustice game, but I think this one I'll put in A. It looks pretty cool, and I especially like that they fixed the body proportions. Next up is the DCEU, or the DC Extended Universe, and this is Wonder Woman as she's played by Gal Gadot. Honestly, I think the only like DCEU films I've seen are Suicide Squad and Aquaman. Both okay, but I definitely gotta check out how Gal Gadot does as Wonder Woman. From what I heard, I think from what I heard she did okay. But the attire itself, I do really like. It looks similar. It gives me similar vibes to like her Rebirth look here, and I think the movie came out before they did the Rebirth comics, if I'm not mistaken. But it does look pretty cool. She's got like the eagle there for the breastplate, and she's got the leotard as it goes down to the skirt. She's got the silver wristbands again, and the boots do look pretty cool. And she has a different version, which with the red and blue more defined. This is how it looked in Batman vs Superman, and I know that one used quite a bit of dark colors, but I think the DCEU I would put in B. It still looks pretty good. Next is the golden armor, or how it looks in the DCEU, and I believe this was worn by her in Wonder Woman 1984, or which once again I haven't seen. I'm behind on DC movies, and honestly I'm behind on a lot of movies, but I do like it how it's got like the eagle head and it's got like the big wings and the gold and everything. Almost a little too much gold and silver, but it makes sense. It's a gold attire. But I think this one I'll put in. I think I'll put in B. So golden armor or DCEU. And wait a minute. I think I missed. Wait, I think I had her comic version of the golden armor on here as well. I think I might have skipped over that, or it might not have. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I didn't do the golden armor, the comic version of the golden armor. I totally missed that somehow. But this one I think is balanced out a little bit more than the movie one, by like the flag and stuff of how it looks, and the fact there's not as much like armor, or like in the movie version she's covered almost head to toe in the armor, but this one there's a little bit more room to breathe. Now I get logistically you probably want as much armor as possible, but this one, the golden armor from the comics, I'll also put in. I think, yeah, I'll leave it in B. So golden armor. I can't believe I missed that one. I remembered I definitely put it on there, but for some reason I missed it. And then finally, the Justice League action TV show. It's like the Justice League show they have nowadays. Haven't seen it. Heard it was pretty decent, but I'll have to check it out. But looking at her attire here, it looks pretty cool. It's got like the gold tiara, and similar to her Rebirth attire once again, with like the leotard and the breastplate and the blue skirt there, and then the silver and the red looks pretty cool. No stripe this time around, but I don't think it really needs it. So I think this one I will put in B as well. So Justice League action is going in B as well. So to recap, we have nothing in Amazonian Warrior. In A tier we have New 52, Rebirth, and Injustice 2. In B tier we have the debut. We have the 90s Amazonian Warrior, MOD, Wonder Girl, the Wonder Woman TV show, Super Friends, Justice League, Injustice, the DCEU, the Golden Armor, the DCEU version of the Golden Armor, and Justice League Action. In C tier we have the 1994 Superboy Annual and the Dark Knight Returns, and nothing in the bottom tier, which is Wonder Why It Exists. Nothing great for Wonder Woman, at least not in terms of this tier list, but also nothing horrible. So, yeah, that is it for this tier list. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy, please do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends, turn on notifications, every time I upload a video so you can see as soon as it drops. Let me know in the comments below your thoughts on this tier list and what's your favorite Wonder Woman attire. And again, keep in mind, these are all my opinions, so if you disagree with any of them, that is totally fine. But nevertheless, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Peace.